Hello. This is a perfect video for you to pop your head in. What are you doing?
I'm just checking on you, seeing what you're up to after you've been to La La Land. Hopefully you had fun.
Well,
didn't catch COVID.
Yeah, I'm trying to socially distance from you.
Okay, this is fine. You're 6 feet away. Just don't fart and everything's fine.
Okay.
So anyway, I just want to say hello.
Hello. So as you can see, I am currently living at home with my parents. I feel like I always have to summarize like my life because I don't post enough for like everyone to be keeping updated. So last July 2019, I moved out of LA after 4 years of being there to attend USC and after 1 year of trying to start a company called Shuttr with my friend and fellow YouTuber Shelby Church. I always get questions on why we decided to stop working on Shuttr, and we actually just recorded a podcast episode on her podcast, which I will link below. So I temporarily moved back home with my parents in Anchorage, Alaska, thinking that I was going to get a job the next year. But then, in December of 2019, I decided to learn how to code online and decided that I would just stay living with my parents for the rest of the year until I finished. And it actually turned out to be a great idea because we all know what happened in 2020. So for the last year, pretty much I've been paying $200 a month for storage. Yeah, you should invest in the storage business. It's gonna explode.
Everything I invest in goes to shit, so I'm not investing in anything.
The storage business wouldn't.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Too late.
I was able to send it all to my brother because he's like a captain in the army and apparently they don't give him a weight limit for sending a bunch of things. And so with all of that, I started this Unemployed Millennial series on my channel about a year ago, and I think it was a year ago when I made the video Unemployed Millennial moving back home with parents. That was in July 2019 before the pandemic. But as the pandemic rolled around, I think I started to see more and more comments from millennials, or even like Gen Z, who had to move back home with their parents because of coronavirus. So they're living at home with their parents for the first time at a time where they otherwise probably would not have lived with their parents, like possibly again for the rest of their lives. So I thought I would kind of make this video talking about that because I do think it's really interesting. Luckily for me, like none of my plans really changed. So I got really lucky in my expectations, but a lot of us are in the same boat. So me and my sister are currently living here in my parents' house. She's an employed millennial and she works in DC. This is not the house that we grew up in. They moved. I mean, I've been living here for quite a while now, but I haven't really made an effort to put in like those personalized touches. Like even my closet is just like filled with stuff from me and my sister's like childhood, where I'm just like, I don't really want to deal with this. But after going to LA, I think I brought back about 4 duffel bags, like army duffel bags full of just shit. So I think it's finally time that I settle into this room. Changed because I'm very warm now. I'll show you some of what I brought back. You kind of get attached to items. I feel like I had so few things here and now I've come with like 4 or 5 whole new bags of stuff. Once I didn't have them anymore, I completely didn't need it at all. It does kind of just weigh you down. Oh, this is a good book if anyone's looking for a nice little read. Okay, some things I'm excited about. I brought my lamp that I got. I'm excited to have this by my bedside. These pants were also in my storage, and this thing is just a piece of like cardboard moved with, I think, 3 different times now. Just like a very easy shelf kind of thing. So I think I'm just gonna put this right here. I can put like pens there for when I journal, or I can put, you know, like these earplugs, or my favorite thing in the entire world, these eye masks. They're like hand warmers for your eyes. And then the last thing that I'm excited about in Korea, this was like free through like the Korea tourism, and honestly I don't remember what it says, but I picked it. What does this say?
나도 전설입니다.
That's me.
설입니다.
It says legend push on Google Translator. I think I did like I am a legend or something. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, so this is pretty much all of the rest of the junk that I brought back from my storage. But I did bring back some like organizers, which I think I can definitely use in this room. Starting with this little side table. More stuff. I dumped like a bunch of pretty much all of my work from college into the recycling bin, but I kept a few things. And I'm kind of just going through some memories. This is the receipt for my ambulance when I got like a kidney almost failure and was in the hospital for like 3 days. This is like a scholarship luncheon thing. This is when I had an on-campus job as a TL for GLP, and then I quit to do my full-time internship at Neutrogena. This is me and Shelby's Shuttr presentation that we did for our Grid 110 pitch. We talked about it for her podcast. This is from when I started going to the YouTube space a lot. It's in El Segundo, and it's this ginormous studio. It's beautiful. It's very intimidating. They have free coffee, but I was always kind of like, for some reason, just so out of my element and too uncomfortable to get the free coffee. I guess I attended a brand or a workshop that was rebrand yourself. This would be helpful for me right now too. These are actually really cute. I probably wore them, I think I wore these on 2 different occasions, but I don't think I have any really use for them in Anchorage at least, so I'm probably gonna list these on Poshmark, so go check that out. I'll link everything below in the description. One of my favorite classes that I took at USC was this JS 211, the Holocaust, the Shoah. It was a really good class, and this is genuinely the only material from any class that I kept. I recovered my computer stand, which I think could be really helpful at my desk. Okay, so not gonna lie, it's been like a week since I started this process. Right now I'm spending a ton of time on my computer, and since my computer is by my door, this area, I just always put like stuff on my desk, so it's getting really cluttered. When I sit down, I'm just like overwhelmed immediately because there's always so much stuff on my desk. And so I was just like looking at this space and I was like, easy solution. Really well. Can't believe I didn't think of doing that for the last few months. I brought these back from LA, and I've literally just been trying to find little pockets where these will fit well. So I have some kind of everywhere now, and I think this will be a great place for one of these. So I'm gonna put the grab and go type things. So I'm so glad with this solution. Okay, I just put this little thing up, this little key hookup, because that is oddly something that I brought back. I actually love this to hold my masks because my masks sometimes just end up on the floor and I'm like, I'm putting this on my mouth later. So I think this is kind of perfect. Here's what I ended up with: my sunglasses, allergy medicine, Pepsid for if I'm drinking, and hand sanitizer extra. These are my masks. I love this. One of the things that I'm most excited about that I brought back is actually my comforter. The only thing is that my comforter smells like my storage unit, which smells exactly like the worst vitamins like magnesium and like fish oil that you can think of. And I was gonna take it to a dry cleaner, but my mom is Asian and she was like, that's a waste of money. And so I just washed it in the washing machine. So I think it just finished. I dried it but we didn't have any tennis balls because apparently that's a thing if it's a comforter, but we didn't have any. But apparently it's really easy to clean a comforter and you don't need to go to a dry cleaner. We're gonna go get it now. Moment of truth. There's like a little remnant, just like a hint of vitamin left in there, but otherwise it's pretty subtle. We're also gonna see if it has any lumps in it from drying it. That didn't turn out too bad. I think it's completely fine. Since the start of filming this video in July or so, middle of August now, I pretty much have everything settled in. The final step of this video is literally just to put up these string lights. I saw a tweet. Is anyone else worried about wintertime quarantine depression? And are there any measures you're taking now to prepare for it? I think for me the key to surviving this winter will be a maximally cute and comfy apartment, a good sunlight, twinkly lights, lots of tea and wine, fluffy blankets, warm outerwear, and a strong quarantine social bubble, maybe as far as 1 or 2 friends staying with us. Oh, that's cool. This is actually a really good question, especially for Alaska. It gets like very dark and cold. Good time to think about these kind of like long, cold, dark months ahead. I think it is worth it to invest in the space that you live in and that you spend most of your time in. It's like, this is probably, I don't know, this might be like 20, it's definitely under $30. The one in my other room has lasted me through 3 different moves, 3 different years. The reason I'm not putting these up right now is because my parents might actually move. So they're just kind of figuring their own stuff out. Not sure what I'm gonna do if they move, but I think that if they leave, I'm still gonna stay in Alaska because this is like my hometown. And I have been wanting to do like things here. Like when I first thought I was gonna get a job in like San Francisco, I was kind of sad at the thought of moving and leaving Alaska because I was like, I have so many things that I want to do here, and not even just for me and like adventures that I want to have, like kind of things for like my own community, like sharing this treasure that I think I got and was super lucky to be raised in. Like Alaska's like one of the most unique places. It's like one of the most beautiful places in the world that I've been, and I've been lucky to travel to like a lot of really cool places, and I want to figure out like a way to share it with other people, and I'm just not ready to leave yet. I feel like I just kind of got here and I've just started figuring things out. So that's kind of a funny little turn to this video because it's a video about moving and being home with my parents. I've always been like on the traditional pathways of like what I'm trying to do. I got really good grades in high school, did a lot of extracurriculars, got into a great college, graduated, but then I always kind of like veer off of the, you know, traditional path. Like in high school, one of my favorite hobbies was YouTube, and I started YouTube. I went to a great college in LA, but it was because I wanted to like explore this YouTube thing more, or just like social media. It's not even like that I want to be a YouTuber. I think it's like the opportunities behind it and behind understanding the internet are really vast and like important, and there's a huge potential behind it. And so with Unemployed Millennial, I guess the story will just get more interesting. I'll really have to be figuring kind of things out on my own. Who's to say? No one really knows what's gonna happen yet. Thank you for watching. I have a website called unemployedmillennial.com. I've been updating it, and I've been working through some glitches because I just started posting again, but I think I figured those out. Definitely check that out, and I will be doing more journaling workshops. That is something that I really wanted to announce that I totally forgot about until just now. Definitely go check out my journaling workshop Instagram. The first one that I'm going to be doing is a journaling workshop for charity for Beirut, the Beirut blast. I feel like that seems kind of like a little while ago, but it definitely still has impacts in Beirut. After that, I want to do them like throughout September. So I will have journaling workshops, sign up for them. All the information will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. See you in my next video. Bye!